Hello everybody, Protofoxy here, come back at you with another video. First review of the new year. This is actually going up after my little Christmas haul channel update thing I had going on. So, you know, first review of the new year. And today we will be looking at, oh that's not even, oh my god, how horrible am I as a toy reviewer here. Anyway, get that straight. We will be looking at the Transformers Legacy United Voyager class Cybertron Universe Mouthful Time Vector Prime. Finally got my hands on this guy because I had flat out refused to pay the exorbitant secondary market prices on this guy that he was fetching a while ago, but now I'm able to get him and got him well under retail actually, so that's super nice. Anyway, go ahead, you know, happy to have him in the collection. First off, go into the box as we usually do. We have Vector Prime vehicle mode. We have killer artwork of Vector Prime in robot mode. Look at all that stuff. Killer render of Vector Prime. We have Vector Prime. We have Vector Prime. 22 steps. We'll see about that. 40 years. Killer 40-year celebration artwork here on the Legacy United box. And that is it for the packaging. Let's get into looking at the toy. First off, Vector Prime. Pretty decent approximation of an updated take on his Cybertronian spaceship mode here. We'll compare him to the original in a sec, but first what we're going to do is go ahead and compare him to what he was retooled from, and that is Legacy G-Axis. And as you can see, the only bits of original tooling that are left are the tail fin and the legs. They even have the spot there, and you can see on the underside where his leg wings are. They kept the clips there. They didn't take them off, but, you know, is what it is. And that's super cool. The detailing on this is incredibly awesome. Looks really good. On the underside here, we have his Cyber Planet key, which can be removed. And he has a little bitty Cyber Planet key, and that's his chest detail and stuff like that. We'll get into all of that for transformation. His weapon storage is stored. Hi, speak English, do I? Yes, do. His sword stores on either side. He has ports. But let's get him in with his the inspiration, which is the original Vector Prime. And now I will say, and I always bring this up because I'm an old collector, Voyager class in 2005, Voyager class in 2024, 20 years, we have shrunk. It is what it is. Now, I believe I took the battery out of this guy, so none of his lights and sounds work. And eventually, because I have been on, and this actually even falls into the theme of my whole being on a retro review toy kick, because I've been reviewing older toys from the early 2000s, because that is inspired by this guy here, and we will be reviewing this guy eventually, because, yeah, this toy, yeah, we'll get into that more when we talk about that. But this toy here, definitely a good updated approximation of Vector Prime, an awesome character, you know, one of the original 13, blah, 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 all of that. But that's, y'all don't want to go into all that nonsense. We're going to get down to transformation. Does a lot of similar things to the original G-Axis mold. If you own it, does do a couple of additional little things. We're just gonna kind of transform it and gab throughout it. I'm not gonna go through step by step because we've seen this before, and heck, people have reviewed this when the toy came out, so they walked you through step by step. I'm not gonna do that. Heck, I stopped doing that a long time ago on this channel anyway. But we'll just go ahead, get all of this going here. But it does do some neat little tricks. I do love how they took the front of the spaceship and made that for his chest, and updated that and how it spins around. It's actually a pretty clever little thing, as you can see there. So that's the front of the ship. Boom, turns into his chest. Open that up. All the typical G-axis-y stuff that we know and or love about the original toy. And boom, snaps in there, and then we make that as the approximation of his Prime cape. Getting all that together. I'm gonna have to move the camera up a bit. Maybe. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Fold the hands out. Make something of yourself, man. Make something of yourself. Hands come out. Hands come out. And we are left. We are done. I believe we are done. We are left with what I feel is a really, really good approximation of, an updated approximation of Cybertron Vector Prime, which looks really good. We'll give him a quick spin on the little turntable there. We're going to get everything in place. Give him a quick spin on the turntable so you can kind of see how everything cleans up. He does have a bit of a backpack for the wings, but that makes sense because they approximate his cape, which is fine. But he looks really, really good. Go get some up-close stuff. First, we'll pop his cyber key off. So he has that big chest detail there we all know and love. The face sculpt is done incredibly well. Incredibly well. Everything is in place. And the one thing is a lot of people bagged on the quote, whoa, let's not lose the cyber key. That would suck. Yeah, let's go over articulation real quick. We've seen this before, similar to G-axis, opening hands. The wrists do, in fact, rotate, which is awesome. Full 360 here. Bit of wiggly waggly because he's on a ball joint, can turn around, all that good stuff. You saw that. Now, some people have complained that the joints were incredibly loose on their copies of this toy. Mine have not been. So I apparently got some decent QC out of this. But all in all, we talked through all of his articulation-y stuff. We'll go ahead and arm him up with his sword. Boop. But I will say, and, people have bagged on it. There were some reviewers out there who completely complained about it, the quality, detail, the fact that they retooled G-axis. We're going to go ahead and tell them to shut their mouths because they complain to complain. A lot of, a few guys out there nowadays, and I won't get into it too much, are very negative about reviewing current toys. We're not going to humor that here because we're a positive channel. Even with the negative stuff, or even with the bad toys, we're still as positive as we can be. And I'm going to be positive about this toy because I love this toy. It's great. I feel like it's a great little update to Vector Prime. And I feel like the mold they used to retooled him out of is really good because I am a sucker for the original tooling of the mold, G-axis. And, they did so much here. The only thing, again, you can see that they kept the same were the legs. Other than that, and probably the forearm, the arms from here down, I believe they're the same as well. But everything else has been retooled. Even the chest itself and what it does to transform is completely different. And we'll spin these guys around, and you'll see, again, even the little back thing here, the little part of the backpack that spins up, they've even retooled that. It is all different. And unfortunately, you can probably see on camera that my G-axis has unfortunately discolored in some spots due to photo degradation on the toy because of the white plastic, stuff like that. It makes me sad, but I still love him all the same because he is G-axis. He is from Generation 2. He is awesome. And I will say this, too, that Vector Prime, hopefully he does not discolor, but I don't think he will discolor because Vector Prime is awesome. And we love him. And he is from one of the better current toy lines in Transformers, and that is Cybertron. And then we are going to go ahead and compare him to, and thanks to my son for transforming this off camera, because he helps me out a lot. This guy is super stiff. That's the one thing that probably needs a good cleaning, because he was stored away for a good long while. Boom. Vector Prime. And this is actually the US release of Vector Prime. This is the Cybertron version, not the Galaxy Force version, because the original Galaxy Force version had his colors more burgundy as opposed to the brown that we got here. But as you can see, that's a really good looking updated take on Vector Prime. I don't care what anybody says. And if anybody tells you any different, they're wrong. We're just going to say that right now. They're wrong. They're incorrect. Now, yes, this toy here, and I will do a review on it because it is incredible. It is amazing. Probably one of the best toys to come out from the Unicron trilogy, and hell, probably one of the better toys of that decade. I will go out and say, and we'll talk about that more when I review that toy. But it's a near spot-on approximation of Vector Prime. And they, back then in 2005, the paint apps, they were great here for the detailing, but, you had some paint apps on the head that didn't match the animation model. They did that here more. Oh, it looks good. I'm going to leave them both on camera to end this video. Because they look great. I love the Vector Prime character. I love the Vector Prime toy. I love the mold, and I love the updated take on the mold. And anybody tells you anything different, they're wrong. Don't listen to them. They are incorrect. Great toy. If you can hunt that down at a decent price, get it. Great toy. If you can hunt it down at a decent price, which is happening now because finally scalpers have had their hands smacked. No scalping of toys. You can get that at a great price. I recommend you pick up Vector Prime because everybody needs a little Vector Prime in their life, whether it be a littler Vector Prime or another bigger Vector Prime. Everybody needs Vector Prime in their life because it's just a great character. It's just a great toy. He's iconic. He's one of the original 13. What else can I say? I guess I can end the video here. Buy this toy. Buy that toy. We're going to talk about him more later. All that being said, if you liked it, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm not going to bore you with all that. I will end this video, leave you all with these words. I say unto you this: be kind to yourself and fellow human beings because life's too short, so play on, and I will see you in the next video. Buy this toy, and what I'll tell you later, like I'll tell you now, buy that toy too.